Greetings. Wow, it has been a beautiful journey. I just finished up the last day of the crown chakra. It's been a beautiful experience with the crown chakra. The main thing in reflection that I would say is, admittedly, I realized that I may possess much understanding around spirituality and our connectivity to the source and things of that nature, but I still have a way to go with understanding, really understanding. And I think the difference is that, it makes you go inward, even more. It makes you really question, how much of my life am I living through my ego, through my human self, and how can I identify that, and how can I work to balance it out? That's the biggest thing. With understanding, it's a level of detachment, and that's what the crown chakra really moved me to do. I was doing a lot of quiet meditation, a lot of dark, just in darkness meditation, no sound, just darkness, and me listening, and me shifting my thoughts, when my mind would go to a certain thought while I'm meditating. And I meditate quite often, and usually I set my intentions before I meditate, so I'm usually doing some kind of visualization or something, so I have my mind engaged while I'm doing the meditation. But I have been really working with not doing that, and noticed how it's a little difficult. Even though I am, I practice it often, it was difficult for me to do that quiet meditation where I just still my mind and am able to just be, I did find a place in my community, in my neighborhood, that was very serene. So I've been doing meditation there every morning, and it's been beautiful. I would say this morning has been the best one. It was the longest, where I could really keep my mind still. I was able to hear things around me, but I was also just able to keep my mind still. And in my observation after those type of meditations, I get a lot of insight about things that maybe I had been already contemplating on, and I'm able to dispel any kind of imbalanced feelings or thoughts that I have around situations or things. So that has been the experience. I would say that I saw very differently as I've been focusing on the crown chakra. It has been, admittedly, I go kind of hard on myself, I strive to be a great person. I really strive to be a good person. I'm big about character. I feel like we should make sure we are of good character. We do people good. I want to make sure that people feel love for me. People feel healing, and good vibes only. And so I go kind of hard on myself to make sure that I'm checking my behaviors, I'm checking my thoughts, the way I'm moving. And so I've had to remind myself throughout this challenge, but also definitely as I worked on my first eye, my crown chakra, I had to remind myself to go easy, because there were some realizations that I have had during this time. What it made me do is see that there were some situations or some things that I may have not handled the best way, may have not saw it in the right way, some beliefs, some ideas that I've had before. It kind of had some shift during this time. So I did have to remind myself to be gentle. And the biggest way, the reason why it's important for us to be gentle with ourselves is because we have to remember we are spiritual beings having this human experience. And there is going to be contrast. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be a time where you're not your highest self. You're not your best self. You're not operating out your highest self. And it may not be because you are even conscious of it, or that you want to not operate out of your highest self. Who doesn't, right? It may just be because of your lack of understanding, your ignorance around something, It may be just the way you are thinking about something that maybe is just not balanced at the moment. But as long as you strive for balance at all times, that's what's important. So all in all, with the crown chakra, I would just say it's really test your ego. It's a level of crucifixion. It's really where, you know, you are truly detaching from this human experience and seeing things. It's almost like you are being a non-judgmental witness to the things that's going on. So you're able to be grateful. You know, I'm just so grateful. I just thought about it the other day. Like, I feel so grateful about so many things. You know, I could go on and on and on about so many things I'm grateful for. But if I just stopped and kind of disregarded all that and looked around me, there are plenty of things that I could stop and be sad about, be anxious about, or, you know, whatever. But I just don't feel the need to do that. So I do believe that working on the crown chakra alongside the other ones definitely helped me to get to that space where I am feeling a perpetual feeling of gratitude, even in the moments of stress. And actually, I just thought about it the other day, like, in moments of stress now, I have found that I kind of stop and give thanks. You know, I stop and just give thanks. And I usually do take on a little bit of stress, and then, you know, I work myself down from it, talk myself out of it. But I'm finding that I can more quickly go to gratitude versus stress or anxiety around a thing, which is what we want, because the stress and anxiety is not going to do anything. Working with the quartz crystal has been absolutely beautiful. It has amplified my energy. It's definitely been it's worked wonders now, because we are in the middle of 5 retrogrades, and one of the retrogrades is causing this energetic shift where you may feel a lack of energy or a little sluggish, and I've been kind of feeling that lately. And so this clear quartz has helped with that. I've also combined this clear quartz with several other stones. What I did is, you know, when you're working on your crown chakra, it really stimulates all of your chakras. So I would couple it with an amethyst for the first eye, or a solar plexus stone like citrine. For the last several days, I coupled it up so that I can see the amplification in those properties of those other chakras as well. So it's been beautiful. I think my favorite thing about this crown chakra focus has been the meditation with visualization, where I visualize a white light coming through the earth, through me, through my chakras, up through my crown chakra, out into the universe, and then surrounding me. You know, I do that in the morning time, and it's really powerful. It really helps me feel comforted and protected and powerful. And I loved it. I loved it. So this has concluded me going through all of the chakras. I'm going to do one last reflection where I'm going to go through all of the chakras and kind of give a longer reflection. This reflection won't be available on IGTV, but it will be available on my YouTube channel. And during that reflection, I will also let you know when the booklet, journal, book, whatever comes about, you know, from this challenge, when that will be available for you to get, because I do think doing this have helped me to put together a beautiful program for you guys to do this same thing. And it's going to have some beautiful, of course, some beautiful information just from what I've researched over these last 30 days and what I've experienced. You know, it's different from just finding something in a book than actually experiencing something. It's going to have all the information about what I used, you know, the things that I did. It's going to have some space for you to do your journaling and for you to do different activities. So it's going to be a beautiful creation. Give thanks for joining me on this journey. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to hearing the testimonials from you guys once you all do this journey as well. Peace.